Good evening, guys. We are discussing employee CRUD operation by using Ajax. In previous session, we discussed how to insert data into database by using Ajax. So whatever the data we have, whatever the data we are entering in the form, we are validating and we are sending the data to server, and the server is inserting the data into database, and the response is coming, guys. So let me check it. So let me enter some dummy data here. So I entered. Let me hit the submit button. So and we have to get the message account created successfully. This is what we seen in the earlier session, right? Now, whatever the data we are storing in the database, the data should become and it has to be displayed here, guys. Right now, I'm populating some data here. This was completely static, and let me remove the static data and let me bring the data from database and let me display on the screen, guys. Right? This is all done by using Ajax without refreshing, without reloading. Actually, when I enter the record in the add employee form, record, we are getting success message. At the same time, the inserted record also should be displayed in the table. We cannot refresh and we cannot reload the page, guys. Here, let us see how we are going to achieve this task. Yes, this is the table employee where we are displaying here. Let me remove all the data from this. This is all static information. We have to bring this information dynamically. So let me remove all this information. So this table data complete and remove it. Now the table is empty. For this table, let me have an ID equal to user info or employee info. Whatever the ID you can take emp info is the ID. So this table, now if you can check the screen, we cannot see any records in this. Just refresh it. We are not able to see anything. But once the record is inserted in the table, that record should be displayed here, including the table also, right? We have to bring the headings also dynamically, right? So, and we have to bring the data also dynamically. Everything we have to get them dynamically. And let us see. First of all, let me write an Ajax call to get the data from database, guys. So for this, go to this JS file and write an Ajax call here. Create a function to read the data from database by using Ajax. Yes. So I'm writing a function called function get all employees is a function. So by using what this function needs to do, this function needs to communicate with the server and it has to get the data behind the scenes. Let us write the same thing as here. Yes, let me create Ajax object in this method. So just we have already created in the above page, and let me copy the Ajax object creation. Just create the Ajax object. Yes, Ajax object is ready. Now we need to send a request to server to get the data from database, guys. Here, obj.open is the connection and obj.send. So is that but we are sending that. We are now requesting the data. Earlier we posted the data to server. Now we are requesting the data. So your method should be, what is our method? So my method is get. So and the action URL. So and one more thing is synchronous or asynchronous request. True means asynchronous request, right? Now let me pause the file name here. http// localhost and yes, inside the server, we are going to create this file http employee. I mean, employee is our local server folder and view employees.php. We are sending a request to this file. And let me, first of all, let me call this function get all employees. Just let me, after checking whether the service call is going to server or not, just let me F12 and refresh the page. Just you can see the request was went when the page is reloaded. So click on it. So it went into the server and I already prepared the file in the server to get the data from database, and this is getting the data from thing, guys. So let me show you the PHP file also. Once the PHP file is, what is the, sorry. So we are sending the request to the PHP file. PHP file is readily available in your machine. So I written the logic already to generate the data in the JSON format. Now let me show you the PHP file as well. So view employees is the file. Yes, guys, we are just sending the request to server and the server is nothing but viewEmployees.php. So here, so it is connecting to database and it is executing a query select star from employee. So it is getting all the records and we are pushing that information into an empty array. I mean, I'm just writing one condition. If we have records, we have to iterate them. If you don't have records, I mean, if database is empty, then else block is going to return the empty array. Empty array means there is no records. Right now we have records. All the records are going to be pushed into this empty array. At the end of it, what I'm doing, we have a method in our PHP that is JSON encode. By using this method, we can encode the data. Actually, what PHP will give you every row as an array. That array again I'm pushing into another array. So now it is the combination of array of array. It's a combination of array of array. Whatever the data we are having, that is in the form of an array. So can I send the array data directly to JavaScript? Is JavaScript is able to read the data? Right, that's not correct. So always when we are having array data or object data, we have to encode it while we are sending the data via service. So the data is encoded by using JSON encode method. Now, so this is the logic we written. So we are getting the data and we are encoding the data. Whatever the data was encoded here, the data was available in the service, guys. Let me check the service once again. If you can refresh the page, yes, we are getting the data. Can you see? This is all called view employees. The request was went when page is loaded. So now it is displaying the data. You can see the preview also. This is the data, guys. How many records are there in this employee table? All the records are in the service in the JSON format. This is all the JSON format. Now this is JSON format. Now we need to convert the JSON format into our object, right? So that is nothing but let us handle the response, guys. Here, go to your Ajax call. Here we need to handle the response, right? Here we are handling the response. If response is ready state will be 4 and status is 200. Let me write a condition this. So now I need to get the response text. Let me check it by using an alert. Just I'm alerting here, alert response text. Just let me go with the property response text and check it. So if call is okay, I mean if everything is okay, we will get the data in the alert. Can you see? I'm getting each and every record in the form of JSON, guys. Here the data was available in this. Now I want to get the data and I want to display the data into my table. So this is the table here we have. So the data should be populated into the table. So we are able to see the data in the service. Now get the service and iterate the logic. We already seen one logic statically we kept JSON data in a file and we iterated the data and we displayed the data into a table. We already seen in the previous example. Check the previous videos where we have iterating JSON data, something we seen and we displayed this into a table. In the same manner here also we're doing it, guys. But there in that file we have static data. Now we have a data which is coming from database in the form of JSON. Now, so in this, let me convert the data into an object, JavaScript object. How can we convert the data into JavaScript object, guys? Here, this is JSON data. So we have a method in JSON, nothing but JSON.parse, P-A-R-S-E. So by using this, what is going to happen? Data will be parsed. Now you can see I'm going to write this into var data equal to a variable. Let me print it or console.log. Let me check the data was converted into an object or not. In the console.log, just I'm going to check it. So check in the console and refresh the page and you can see here, guys, the data was constructed. It is what? An array. This array contain almost all each and everything. Can you see what is this 13? 13 is an array. Array contain object. Do you see a tooltip is coming object, object, object. Everything is an object inside the array. Can you see here? If I click this, what is the prototype of it? Prototype is array. That array contain collection of objects, guys. Each and every object is a record here. Each and every object is a record. They were stored in the database. Actually, even if you can open the database also, let me check it. How many records are there? First of all, 13 records I'm getting here. So let me check the length of the array is 13, But this is an array. Inside array, everything is an object. Object is nothing but one record. So let me go to 10am JS here, I believe. Yeah. Let me click 10am JS, and this is employee table, and browse it, and we can see here we have 13 records, guys. The same 13 records I'm getting in the service in the form of a JSON, and we converted the JSON into JavaScript object. Now we are ready to iterate it. Let me iterate. First of all, I want to get the headings. So what are the headings here? We have ID, name, designation, salary, and mobile. These are the headings. These are all coming from the table. So let me get the headings first, and let me iterate the data to table. So what I want to do here, to iterate this, let me create a function. So I don't want to write the logic here. So it is going to be complex if I write the logic in Ajax function. Let me write a separate function to generate the table data. Right. So let me pass the data to the particular function. So it is going to return this, guys. Let me keep generate, or else let me call the function here. First, creating a function, generate table. This table is having a parameter called data. So the data should be come from Ajax, guys. So let me write a separate function. Whatever the data we are having here, the data I'm going to pass to this function. Let me call the function here. Call the function generate data. Generate table. Yes, generate table. So to this function, I'm passing the data as a parameter. So now where is our data? My data was available here. So now I'm passing this to the function generate table. Now we have to iterate the logic. So let me take a variable where records equal to an empty variable I'm just taking here. So because I want to concatenate headings and concatenate records and TRs and TDs, everything. So just let me take a empty variable for the concatenation purpose. Here, first of all, I want to get only headings. So where are headings, guys? Headings are in every record. There are headings, ID, name, and all. Let me get the only first record, and let me have the headings here. So always when we are iterating, we need to check whether this is having data or not. That's a better thing. So if I'm writing one condition here, data.length is greater than 0. I mean, at least one record is there, it will be true. Otherwise, it is going to be false. And here in this, I want to display a small message, sorry, no records found, such a manner. So here, let me have a variable records concatenation, and here let me write a message, sorry, no records found. While always iterating the data, this condition is mandatory. Any data. So sometimes we may get data from the database, sometimes we may get empty. So let me check it whether data is there or not. If data is there, automatically you will get here. Let me alert it. If you have data, this alert will be fine. If you don't have data, the else block will be executed, right? So now refresh, I'm getting alert. Why? Because I have data in the result set, guys. Right. So now I need to iterate it. So let me iterate headings first, then we can go for data iteration, guys. Here we have a method, guys, here where columns, just I want to get the columns. Let me have a variable. So we have a object dot keys, right? In this, let me pass data here. Data of 0 we can pass. I mean, first object I'm getting. Right? Data is an array. In that I'm passing data of 0. Data of 0 means we have 13 objects, right? First object we will get. From that first object, I want to get only keys. Now, if we can print these calls, let us see, you will get only. I mean, why I'm writing here, just I want to get the columns, or else you can just go and print console.log data of 0. Just you can print it here. And refresh the page. You can see the first record is coming. From this first record, what is first record here? It's an object. So object key value, key value, key value. I want to get only keys. How can we extract the keys of an array object? So we have a method called object.keys is the method, guys. Now, so here, let me print COLS and you can check it. Refresh the page. Now you can see the keys. Only I'm getting keys of an array, right? This is designational. I have to display these into the headings, guys, as a heading, table heading. So let me take here So let us write a for loop for where I equal to 0, I less than calls dot length and I plus plus. So first of all, these are each and every heading should be inside a tr, right? Let me have a variable records plus equal to 1 tr. So let me have the same variable after the for loop as well. So tr open, tr close. Here headings should come. So how, let me write this console.log for the confirmation. Just I'm writing calls of I. So now you can check it. Every heading will be printed repeatedly, right, in the tr. Now you can see we are having ID, name, designation, and all we are getting. So now what I want to do, let me display them into a here. Let me concatenate with th. Sorry, these are headings, right? Th open and th close. Just I'm concatenating with th and closing th. So done. Now you can see in the console it will be printed with the th and th. Can you see? Open th, close th. Now this should be appended to records variable. Let me append this. That's it. Now this should be appended to the table. So what you can do one thing, just return the records here. I just want to return records. What is this function is doing? This function is generating the table data actually. So first we are iterating the headings done. Just I'm returning. Let me append this first to the table, guys. So in this template, we have a table with an ID. So what is the ID we given? EMP info. Let me get this and let me append the information to this table. Here in Ajax call, what I want to, this function is returning the data, right? This function is returning the data. Let me get it first of all, document.get element by ID. The ID get element by ID. The ID is emp info.inner HTML. So just what is going to happen? Whatever the data the function is returning, the data will be appended to the table. Now just refresh. I think so. You can see now the table doesn't have anything here. Refresh it. We can see the headings on the screen. We will see headings, ID, name. These are all coming from service, guys. Now what I want to do, if you want to display the headings in capital letters, we can do one thing where we are displaying the headings here. Yes. So here we can write a small thing called to uppercase. I think so. This is JavaScript method. If you can apply this, so the headings will be into the uppercase. Simply now headings are in uppercase. Right. You want to go with lowercase? Yes, we can go with lowercase as well. Right. Now headings are completed. Headings are iterated. Now I want to iterate the table data. Yes, let me iterate the table data as well. So now this is done. Now I want to iterate the data for that j equal to 1, j less than data dot length, every object. See what data contain 13 objects are there. So I need to iterate each and every object, but every object is one record, right? So I need to iterate every object. And this is j++. So let me print console.log data of j. I'm just printing. So you already seen the data. What data contain? Data contain array of objects. Almost all array contain 13 objects. Now it is iterated individual object. Now you can see 13 times the loop will be iterated and you will get the each and every object data. Let me check it. And if you can refresh, can you see here? First object, second object, almost all you are getting all the objects now. In every object, we have some columns, guys. This is ID, name, something like every object is one record here. Remember carefully. Now, what I am going to do, so let me write a tr. Every object is a one row. So let me have one tr records plus equal to yeah, and the tr should be closed. Now you can see what is going to happen if you can refresh. 13 trs will be printed on the screen, guys. Can you see here? This is table. Just expand this table so that you will understand. So exactly 1 tr. Can you see? After that 13 trs are there, but all trs are empty trs, but those trs should contain 5 tds, right? How do I know 5 TDs? Because we have 5 columns, definitely 5 TDs should be iterated, and moreover that 5 TDs also should come dynamically. We cannot give statically those, right? What I want to do, let me write again one more loop inside this for iterating the table data. I mean TDs, for iterating TDs. Now we have to get a 13 TRs. Yes, we got the 13 TRs, but in the TRs we have to get the TDs also dynamically. So for this, I'm going to write one more loop inside a loop here. Let us just check it how we are going to write for where k equal to 1, k less than calls. You can take this guys, calls dot length. So we have columns here, right? So the column, how many columns are there? That many times the loop should be iterated here. And this is k plus plus. Here, everything should be displayed into a TD. So let me go and let me print it here, console.log. I'm just, guys, all of you check it carefully. This is data of J. So if you can write data of J, what I will get here? Just I will get the object. First, I mean, every object, I think. So just refresh it and you will get each and every object in the console. Can you see? You are getting object. So object is almost all repeated. Some 4 times or 5 times it was repeated. Why? Because we are right loop inside the loop. But we don't want object here. So we need to get the columns right. So how can I get the columns here? So now I'm just going here. So this is nothing but calls of k. Just guys, check it carefully. Calls of k. Now you can see each and every data was iterated. First record, second record, like this 13 records. Can you see here? So this is one record, and this is a record, and this is a record, like this. All records are iterated, right? So these are all the records iterated. Now we need to display into the guys here. Let us see how we can iterate it. So let us make it 0. I think so. We are missing one column here. Earlier also we missed one record because I make it 1, right? Let us make 0. So ID is missing. This can you see ID is not there, and first record is also not there because I started the loop from 1, right? Now you can see ID is also there. Earlier ID is not there because I started the loop with 1. We know array index starts with 0, right? So we have to always start with 0. So my loop also started 0. Now what I need to do here, records plus equal to concatenate with the TD. I think your job is finished. Yeah. So let us refresh the same and let me check it whether the data was on the table or not. Let me check it. So now can you see all 13 records in the table? Yes, we have all the 13 records in the table, guys. Yeah, let me do one thing. Here we have a lot of records. Let me delete some records from my table. So just I'm deleting some records. Let me check it. If I delete some records, whether they will come or not. So I'm just making the 5 records only. Let me delete all the records. What are the records I selected? Delete. So now deleted records. And if you can refresh how many records I need to get, only 5 records. Yes, we are getting 5 records. Now guys, all of you check it. Now I'm inserting the data. All of you observe this carefully. I'm inserting data, some data, whatever it may be, don't worry. So I entered data. So we are getting a message here. What is the message we are going to get here? I'm not getting any message. 1 minute, please. Check it. Is there any error? Yeah, I have some error, guys, on line number 10. Check it. What is line number 10? Okay, guys, here actually I have some invalid variable. I removed this invalid variable. Don't worry. So let me check it now one more time. Now I'm going to submit the data. Let's have some data and some data, and I'm saving it. Now again, action is not defined, guys. 1 minute, please check it. Actually, I here written some code. Let me remove this code. Actually, this is not required for us right now. So let me remove this code, guys. This is enough actually. Actually, I implemented edit operation. So, but that is not required right now. So this is adding data. Let us see it first. I think it works now. Check it. Entering some data. Right, data entered and save it. Record is inserted, guys, and we got the message also. But record inserted, are you getting the inserted record here? The record also should get dynamically, na? I'm getting the message. Now you can refresh the page. If you can refresh, I'm getting the next record as well. I'm getting the next record also. We deleted some records, right? So we are getting this message. Or else we can remove the data from table completely. So then what you will get? Let me go to operations here. Let me truncate the table. Now data was completely deleted, guys. No records in the table right now. Can you see? Table is empty. If I refresh the page, can you see my message will be sorry, no records found there. Sometimes you may have data, sometimes we may not have data. So that's the reason. First time when we're iterating, always remember carefully, we need to check whether the data is having records or not. First, in the generate function, I check one condition, data dot length is greater than 0. I mean, at least one record is there in the data variable. Yes, we can iterate it. Otherwise, what is going to happen? It will go for else block. In the else block, what we are displaying, sorry, no records found. This message we are just displaying here, right? Actually, this, whatever the logic I written here, this logic we can write inside this condition, right? That's better always. Keep the logic inside this only. Just you can write the logic here. This is better, right? Yes, we can write the logic here. I mean, so if you have records, we are iterating headings and we are iterating data as well. Both are okay. Now, this is fine, guys. Very good logic here. We written. So no records, simply this message. Now refresh the page again. So we will have the same message, no problem. So now let me insert data here. I'm inserting some data. Yes, let me submit it. So account created successfully. But are you getting the records here? No, let me refresh the page here. If you can refresh, I'm getting the record. So Ajax means we cannot refresh the page, right? So nothing, guys. Whatever the function you created, so what is the function? This is, sorry, we calling one function, right? What is the function we are calling here? Generate table, sorry. This is the function we created, get all employees. Once the record is inserted, what I want to do here, just inside this, just I'm calling the method, guys. If everything is okay, I'm calling the get all employees method. So what this method will do, so first of all, record is inserting. After record inserted, we are getting the success message. After that, it is calling the get all employees method. What get all employees method will do, it will get the updated data from the database, and the updated data was iterated by this generate table, and the data was appended to the particular EMP table info. Now you can see earlier we didn't get that kind of preview. Now let us see here. I'm entering some data again, one more record. Let me submit this. Earlier, data was not updated on the table. It was not populated. Now you can see, now data was populated on the table. Guys, second record also coming automatically. So let me go, let me enter some more data here. One more record, one more record, one more record. And submit this. Our record is also coming out of the table without refreshing, without reloading. This is how we can read data from database. Now the next action is here. We have to implement edit and delete operation, guys. So on the earlier table preview, we have something called action here, but the action is not there. Let me keep one more heading called action. So where I have to keep this action here, go to your generate table. So here, so once the table is generated, I need to have one more heading, records plus equal to action. Action, now you can just refresh the page. I think so. Oh, why action is coming here? It has to come into the table, right? Oh, this should be inside THM. Sorry, I forget. Keep this into TH. This is also one heading, right? Just we are concatenating that dynamic headings and one more heading. This is our own. So you can take any heading there. Let me refresh it. If we can refresh, we can see the action also. But under the action, we have to get edit button and delete button, right? So let me get that too also. But that is into the TD. So where we have to write the logic, that logic should be written here, guys. So here I need to write here records plus equal to, let me have a TD and a TD. This TD contain two links, guys. What is this? One is edit link, one is delete link. We already seen a kind of action buttons, and let me copy that edit icon, and one more thing is trash icon. Please check here. I just copy this code from the template. So I just take an anchor tag. So glyph icon, pencil, and text primary. And you can see the preview. I think so for every TD, we can just see the icons called edit icon and delete icon, edit icon, delete icon, edit, and delete. Now, if you can click edit icon, record should be edited. If I click delete icon, record should be deleted. So I don't want to create one more form here. I want to use the same form here. If you can click edit button, guys. So what I want to do, let me change this as a edit employee. Let me change this button as update employee. So once you update it, I have to display the update successfully, and I need to clear the form data as well, right? So within the same page, we are going to implement the edit operation also. I don't want to create one more form for edit operation. Just I want to use the existing, right, guys? This we can implement in next session, guys. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please comment under the video section. Thank you all.